the 2009 International Council of Airshows Convention in Las Vegas, Nevada, we had a ball talking to the airshow professionals and performers that just finished up a surprisingly good season in 2009 and are really looking forward to 2010. Question number 4 was just simply this, without being specific as to whether or not we were looking for technical or philosophical or even a little ethereal. What is the perfect roll?
You know, rolls are like snowflakes. No one of them are alike. There's thousands of different variations. A perfect roll, does that include a roll during a tumble, or does that include a barrel roll, a snap roll, a 4-point roll? So again, perfect roll is one that that you do it safely.
Is stay on the line. Don't descend, don't climb, don't barrel it. Your line of smoke behind you should look like a piece of string pulled taut behind the airplane.
You know, the glider behaves a little different. It takes me 12 seconds to get around the roll. So it involves full control deflection, full rudder, full everything it's got, along with cheating a little bit on the arc.
One of the most satisfying one we do is a formation barrel roll. It's very, very satisfying to go into the maneuver as the lead pilot. And when we come out, I can hear him in position. I know where he is, so I know I've flown a good maneuver when I can hear him in position.
Oh boy, now perfect roll, is that an aileron roll or barrel roll or a snap roll? Okay, if we were going to talk about a barrel roll, where at the time you start your maneuver, your nose should be 90 degrees to the horizon when you're inverted halfway through the roll and then on back, so you've inscribed a perfect circle or barrel around the horizon. Very difficult to do consistently, at least for me.
Cirrus Design's Vision SJ50 single-engine personal jet offers exceptional fuel efficiency, flexible seating for up to 7, advanced avionics, and all the Cirrus safety features you expect, including the Cirrus airframe parachute system. With its V-tail design, the Cirrus Vision is technologically advanced, yet engineered to be simple to fly, to allow owner pilots more lifestyle pursuits than any other personal aircraft. Learn more about the Vision SJ50 at cirrusdesign.com.
You'd think, wow, what an easy maneuver. You just put the stick over and it rolls. But it's not. It actually is probably one of the deadliest maneuvers there is, because it gets confusing to some people, especially if they're not used to it, haven't practiced it. They'll get to a point there where naturally, as the speed decays, they haven't put in more input, and the roll rate slows down, and suddenly they're here, and what do I do? And everybody that's new to this will start pulling instead of continuing with the roll. So rolls can be very deadly. Perfect roll to me, obviously, is one that recovers the energy that you started with. So if I'm going to do a slow roll, if I don't have the rudder to keep my nose up, I want to make sure I start at an attitude such that I can finish in an attitude with the same altitude and energy. I pitch up 10 degrees up, I want to finish 10 degrees nose down. That's in a perfect, equal thrust recovery type of aircraft. I want to walk away from every roll. That's the perfect roll.
The perfect roll is one that when you're done, you didn't have to work very hard at it. It just kind of came naturally because you practiced it enough.
You know, it's the same kind of thing with these maneuvers. It's a matter of lots and lots of practice. I know people who go out and spend a lot of money on modifying airplanes or buying expensive airplanes, and what they really need to do is put more gas through the engine and practice. This thing is all about practice. This is my 18th year in the business, and I'm still learning.
It depends on what kind of roll you're trying to do. What are you trying to accomplish? Are you looking for precision? Are you looking for entertainment value? Are you trying to entertain yourself? Are you trying to entertain somebody else? I mean, there's a million factors that go into what the perfect roll is. In a decathlon, on a summer day, an hour before sunset, up high, perfect roll may be just simply pulling and rolling. But in the aerobatic box, it gets a little more complicated than that. If you're trying to do a slow roll or a point roll, that's a pretty broad question.
Integra Release 9 sets a new standard with the easiest to use pilot interface in all of general aviation. Access to any of Release 9's powerful capabilities is as simple as pressing the desired bidirectional page key. Pressing the same key in a desired direction navigates to the clearly labeled tabs with no more guessing as to what a given pilot input would do. Avidyne's Integra Release 9 is the next generation in fully integrated flight deck technology, and the easiest to use page and tab user interface is just one of the many benefits designed to make your flying easier and safer.
a perfect roll is, to me, is a ballistic roll. There's three ways. There's 3 ways to roll the airplane. You can roll the airplane with the ailerons. You can use the rudders to snap or roll the airplane, or a combination of aileron and rudder to snap the airplane. To me, the most perfect roll is a ballistic roll, where you pull up and you do it strictly on with the ailerons, and it just goes. It's very graceful. It's very gentle. It's fun to fly through, and it's fun to ride through, and it's fun to have somebody, coach them through it.
The perfect roll is the one that you've practiced 1,000 times, you've positioned perfectly, and the crowd likes, and again, that you've walked away from.
But I can guarantee one thing: if people are normal and they've never done a roll before, but they've read about it, and they're doing it on their own, they'll pull the nose up, they'll put the stick over, and they'll start thinking about, this is what happens, they'll start thinking about the rudder, and they'll start thinking about the elevator, and then look what happened to my hand. And now they pull through. Now, because they know when they started this, it was over here, but now they're thinking about the rudder, and they're thinking about the elevator, and the aileron, which is perfectly in place. It's back in the middle, but consciously you know that it was over there. So how do you do a roll when you're learning? You put both hands on the stick and you hold it, and now you're going to get a 9 out of 10. You can start thinking about the rudder and the forward pressure later on. The most important part is the aileron, and that's the part that kills people because they forget to hold it over.
The perfect roll is one that the crowd awes at because you're low enough to scare them, but high enough to entertain them and make them feel like you're safe.